Hello and welcome to a new episode from Mac the Tech. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, like, and share the episode with all who you want to share with. This is a new episode and it's a very simple trick that I'm gonna tell you about in regards to Powerquery. A lot of times in Powerquery, you want to share the file with others. And when you want to share the file with others, you always have to change the source of the file. And when you want to change the source of the file, if you have multiple files, then you have to do it for every single file in your deck. The nice thing about this trick is that it will reduce this time spent to find or to change the sources, and it utilizes something that I stumbled upon lately, and it is called parameters. In Powerquery, you can define a parameters, and these parameters will be used as your source. It's a very simple trick. It will not take a lot of time of you, and it will reduce your time changing data, especially when you're sharing it with others. First of all, let me show you what I'm talking about so that you can understand the point that I'm trying to explain and the suffering that I'm trying to remove. So if you have a Power Query that you have like multiple files in these Power Query, and if you change the source, and if you share the file with someone, and this guy needs to change the source according to his path in his computer. Now this change, if you have like 4 sources of files, then you have to make this change for 4 times. Then if you want to share it with another person, then this person should change also the source for multiple times. In addition, you have to change the data in the main source file and in the sample file. Now this is pretty advanced in Powerquery. If you want to learn more about Powerquery, there's 2 episodes that I'm gonna put the link upside there and you can check it out and you can learn more about Powerquery on the computer. And here you see, we have a complete query that I used in my previous Excel trainings. And in this file, in this Excel file, there's multiple queries. So let me explain what I was talking about when I talked about changing the location of the sources. So for example, say this Excel sheet, I shared it with a colleague of mine inside the office. First thing, you need to understand that you need to go on the ribbon to data. And from data, you click on the query and connections. You'll see the query and connections that you have listed in your file. Well, I'm selecting testDB queries and I go to the edit. In the edit, I can see the queries, and here you can see on the right hand side of the screen that there's testDB, stock, product information, and family of the products. So basically you have 4 queries. So imagine now on my colleague's desktop, the location will not be the same as mine. So if I go here, my location will be as you can see, users, MECHM, OneDrive, documents, testDB. On the other guy, the username is different, so this name is different. And then I'll have to make this very same change on every single source. So now I have 4 queries, but imagine if I have 10 queries or 6 queries that are reading from these same files. If I have to change every single one of them, this will be a hectic thing because at the same time, I have also to change it in the sample file. This means multiply by 2 the changes that I want to make. So how to resolve this? And to resolve this, all you have to do is parameters. And you can see how parameters are strong. So for example, let me go and select testDB. All I have to do now is to Control-C, copy this path that you are seeing here in the folder path, which is user, MECHM, OneDrive, and all these stuff. Users, MECHM, OneDrive, documents, and testDB. So I copy it. Now, all you have to do, go to Manage Parameters. And in the Manage Parameters, you select a new parameter. Once you selected the new parameter, you can use as the main source. Just write whatever you like. You can name it main source as I did, or you can name it whatever else you would like. And in the current value, you paste your path. Now look how cool is that. Now I have a parameter that is called CUser something. And this parameter is not only applicable in query for Excel, it's also applicable in Power BI. I go to testDB, I go to the source, and I click on the gear icon. Once I click on the gear icon, you can see here the folder path and it's written here ABC. I click on it and I go for parameter. Once I click on parameter, it takes main source. I click OK. I go to the sample file. I do the same thing. I also change it from ABC here to parameter, and it will take main source. I click OK. What happened now, just for you to understand, if I share this file with a friend of mine, I don't have to change it in all these places. I don't need to go on every single database and change it. All I have to do is only change the main source parameter, and everything will work on his PC. How cool is that? To show it to you in action, I'm gonna close, and you know, I saved now, I have a parameter for the test DB. So if I go to my computer and I click the source, the test database, I can see it's here, right? In the documents, it's test DB. All I have to do is copy the bloody thing and maybe change the name. No need to copy, just change the name, test underscore DB test. It's just a change. Now, if I close this and I try to refresh this file, it will not know the source. It is not there. So I'll go edit, query, and in simple terms, I go to the source. Definitely I cannot change it because it's taken from the parameter. All I have to do now, change it only here and make it test db test. And boom, the file is there, everything is there, close, and the whole thing is refreshed. I don't even need to touch the sample file because it's also changed because it's one parameter. How cool is that, and how fast is that, and how time saving is that, especially when you have multiple queries and multiple connections. That's it for today. I hope you find something new and you learn something new. And if you are still here with me, I want to thank you for being here, and don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe to the channel to receive more and more useful information in the future. Until I see you next time, have a nice day. Adios, amigos.